Planetary house Karakas or significators will show us the true energy of the planets. By this understanding, we can also know about all the houses which provide some comfort and support, and the houses which become a little difficult to deal with. The karaka or significator is not about the zodiac but solely on the house influence. So this is the basic law for all the horoscopes. The meaning of karaka or significator simply means an indicator or something which points in a certain direction. The lesson on the planets will give us a deeper understanding of the energy each planet holds. The sun is the karaka for the first house of the self and incarnation of the soul, as well as the karaka for the 9th house of the guru and spiritual inclination, and the 10th house of status and career. The moon is the karaka for the 4th house of home, comfort, and mother. Mars is the karaka for the 3rd house of courage and exploration, as well as the karaka for the 6th house of daily disciplines. Some schools look at Mars being the karaka for the 4th house also, especially when it comes to the real estate and land. We will look more into this when we study the divisional charts later. Mercury is the karaka for the 2nd house of values and speech, as well as the karaka for the 10th house of career, showing the need for administration skills for building a brand or a name for oneself. Venus is the karaka for the 4th house and comforts, vehicles, and home, as well as the 7th house of partnership. Jupiter is the karaka for the 2nd house of stored values, the karaka for the 5th house of creations and children, the karaka for the 9th house of higher learning, the 10th house of career and status, and Jupiter is also the karaka of the 11th house of large income and community. We can see already why Jupiter is the great Benefic as indicated by these karakas. Saturn is the karaka for the 6th house of everyday labor, enemies, and our health. Saturn is the karaka of the 8th house of death and longevity, and the longevity of the 8th house is seen by Saturn's influence here. Saturn is the karaka for the 10th house of long-term career and global influence, and Saturn is also the karaka for the 12th house of endings and losses. So we can see from these karakas the basic energy represented by each house. This now formulates planets and houses into groups. With the planets, we get the benefics, which are quote-unquote the good planets, which are the moon, although the moon has to be in a waxing state or aspected by a benefic if it is in a waning state. We will unpack this further when we learn about the Tethys and the 30 days of the moon. The next benefic is Mercury, then Venus, and the greatest benefic of all is Jupiter. The malefics, or quote-unquote the bad planets, are the sun. The sun gets the status probably because of the heat and combustion it causes to the planet near it. We will look deeper into this when we study the planetary and zodiac aspects. The next malefic is Mars, and the other is Saturn. Rahu and Ketu are also considered to be malefics. The malefics, despite providing difficulty in the horoscope and life, can also prove to be a growth factor in our lives. So these are the basic principles, although the whole horoscope has to be analyzed completely to see these influences. The houses have groups they belong to also. You get the Kendras, which are the houses 1, 4, 7, and 10. The Kendras are the basic pillars of life, and planets placed in these Kendra houses prove to become very strong in their influence. You get the Trikonal houses, which are the houses 1, 5, and 9. Planets placed here also prove to have a positive influence on the horoscope, especially the Benefics. Malefics placed here could cause some difficulty, although once again the entire horoscope has to be analyzed. Then we get the Dustanas, which are the houses 6, 8, and 12. Obviously these become the difficult houses, and planets placed here prove to be the challenges we need to overcome. The Maraka houses are the 2nd and the 7th house. The Rishis said this combination of these houses creates a very strong bondage, which can function as a destroyer of the planets ruling these houses, or any significations for that life. Or these are the planets that indicate how we can fall spiritually. The 3rd house forms a group with the 6th house, the 10th house, and the 11th house, all together forming the Upachaya houses, which simply means the houses which grow only by time. So the 3rd house of skills, the 2nd house of labor, and the 10th house of career, leading to the income we receive in the 11th house. These areas of life grow slowly and over time. In fact, this is the true path to success, the slow and disciplined approach, so that when we get the success and the money, we have built a solid foundation which will enable us to handle it, sustain it, and continue to grow it. The 2nd house and the 11th house together form the money houses, or the money prospects in our reality. This is the basic wisdom of the planetary karakas and the houses. Next, we will be looking at each ascendant and the relationship it forms with the rest of the houses. Here we will see which planets prove to be powerful for each ascendant using the knowledge we have learned here. This will give us a solid foundation for learning and understanding the yogas which form in any horoscope when we combine the different groups of houses and planets. Please subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share. I'd be most grateful.